Hello, my name is David. I'm the minister here at Glen Innes Anglican Church. This is a short video to update you on where things stand at the moment with the COVID virus and how that affects what we can and cannot do. The first thing I want to mention is a thank you though. Over the last 8 or 9 weeks since we've not been able to meet, can I say I've been so encouraged to hear from people both within our church family, within our wider community that aren't part of a church, within the wider community outside of Glen Innes even. Many people are watching our videos, our online services and being encouraged, our Facebook devotionals, they're singing the hymns Sunday morning. And I'm so glad that you're being encouraged, and thank you for letting me know so that I know what's proving helpful and am able to keep doing those things. We'd love to continue to hear from you, particularly, can I say, those who aren't part of our church family. We'd love for you to come along and we'd love to meet you when the time is right and we're allowed to gather again. So please do reach out and we'd love to hear from you soon. That still leaves us now with the question of COVID and why we aren't meeting and what the way forward will be. And 2 particular things have come up that have raised these questions for a number of our people who have reached out to me. I've been getting phone calls and emails and all the rest of it. And the 2 questions are, well, first of all, at the moment, the state government is allowing up to 10 people into a worship service at any moment. And that could mean that, there's me plus 9 others in the church. Why are we not doing that? And the second issue is, as of this Sunday, at the time of recording, June 1st, pubs and clubs and restaurants will be able to have up to 50 people seated. And why is it that churches are being told still they can't meet when people can go off and have a drink, have a gamble, get a meal out? There seems to be a double standard there that a lot of people are confused and upset by. So to deal with those 2 things, first of all, in terms of why are we not meeting under stage 1? Well, our bishop is responsible ultimately for making that call. And he, along with the other bishops in New South Wales, have been talking through what the government is saying, the requirements and the restrictions that would be put on us, how practical that is across the vast variety of different churches that we have in our diocese, let alone across the state. And they're trying to come up with a unified and the best decision that they can. And the decision at the moment is that while you could have 10 people in a room, it would be almost impossible for us to do that in a way that's safe and effective, that would be able to cater to the people. I mean, we, even a fairly medium-sized congregation, would have to put on 10 or 12 services a week. Just in order to do that, you'd have to book in, there'd be all kinds of mucking about. It's almost impossible. And I can't even imagine what it would be like for a church of several hundred people. And so they, in their wisdom, I think have made the right decision for now to just hold off and to reevaluate as the legislation changes. Now, of course, we're in stage 1 of a 3-stage plan that if it goes to plan, stage 2 and stage 3, the restrictions will be relaxed more. Will we meet at that point? I don't know. The simple answer is that nobody knows. You'll notice the federal government and the state government, they're both saying their own things. Nothing's quite going to the plan exactly as it was released. What will it look like? Well, we've just got to make those decisions as things progress. And so please keep an eye out on this channel. Hit like, subscribe, little notifications, and you will get updates as we know what's happening. In terms of the pubs and the clubs, look, I can understand people's frustration. To some degree, I feel it too. I think that at least in the case of Glen Innes, it's different for other parishes, I know. In the case of Glen Innes, we've got a building that would be big enough that we could fit quite a number of people within the social distancing rules and we could do something. Now, I hope that at some point those restrictions are relaxed. And I do note that yesterday the Archbishop of Sydney released something saying that he and others had been in discussion with the government about whether or not we can appropriately open our doors in some way and invite people in. He's hopeful, although there's still absolutely no decision and we shouldn't get ahead of ourselves. But I'm hopeful. I'm hopeful that the government sees that certainly we can do something and that we can do something within a safe environment. Now, obviously, doing something will still be different. It still won't be what we're used to, and we need to all be okay with that. We need to come to terms with that, because there are going to be restrictions, and in fact, there's going to be restrictions for quite a long time, even under stage 3, when 100 people would be able to gather under the current plan. There will be things that we need to do differently in order to stay as safe as we can in those gatherings. But we can pray for the Archbishop and for our bishop, and we can hope that as they go forward, something can be negotiated and soon we'll be able to meet together in some form. So that leaves us really having to say at the present minute, where's the way forward? We don't entirely know. But please commit it to your prayer. Please pray for me and for our parish council, because we'll be meeting on Thursday the 4th of June to talk about some of the potentials. We're hoping to have more information from the government by that stage, and we'll work with that. But pray that we have wisdom as we seek to figure out what possible ways forward there might be. Please also pray for the bishops, because they have a huge job and have to make big calls that most of us would not want to make. And so pray that God would be with them. What you can also do, though, right now is make use of the restrictions that as they have been eased. And in particular, I note that they're in a private dwelling, you're now allowed to have up to 5 people. Now, you can do all kinds of things with that. And I've been incredibly heartened over the last few weeks as those restrictions have been eased. I know of people who are getting together. Maybe you've got 2 married couples with no kids and they're able to get together and watch church together and then kick on for lunchtime and encourage one another. And a number of people are doing that, and so I'm really excited that's happened. Someone suggested that maybe they'd start watching church twice, just for the sake of the fellowship. They might watch it on Saturday evening and then watch it again on Sunday morning, and in both cases invite a different group of people around so that they can still have that Christian fellowship and still serve and love their church family. And can I say that's a wonderful idea? You could do that. There's nothing stopping you, if you've got access to these videos, from setting them up and inviting someone around, maybe someone who's less tech savvy than you and can't access the videos easily. But you can invite them around, do the service, chat together, pray together, have lunch together, and encourage one another in those ways. Of course, you're all clever cookies. You've got wonderful ideas, I'm sure, that I haven't thought of and that I don't have time to speak of. And so you can do them. Yeah, we want to be responsible. We want to abide by the restrictions and the laws that have been put in place. But within that, there are ways that we'll be able to encourage one another. And I hope that you'll do that. And so finally, as I finish, can I encourage you again to hit like and hit subscribe on either YouTube and on Facebook, because that's where the news will come. The news is changing so fast that what you need to be doing is looking regularly, because these videos could become more and more common and frequent as things progress. And this is the best way for me to get that news out. It takes quite a long time to do the snail mail. Not everyone's on email. But what you can do is watch these videos that I can shoot and upload within no time. And then you can get on the phone and let people know what's going on, so that this news spreads amongst our church family and those who are interested. And so please do that. And until next time, God bless, and we'll see you again soon.